Box Peat Monster. You know it. You love it. You've heard all about it. We've reviewed a Compass Box on this channel. We reviewed the Compass Box Menagerie. You can check that one out up here.
Menage a trois.
How dare you ruin the sanctity of animals? It was the Compass Box Menagerie blended Scotch malt whiskey. Again, you can check that out there. It was a good one. But we're going to go ahead and get into the Compass Box Peat Monster. Now, let me go ahead and tell you a little about this whiskey. So the Compass Box Peat Monster blended malt Scotch whiskey. It's bottled at 46% ABV. It's non-chill filtered in its natural color, and the lead whiskey maker was John Glazier himself. I think this one was blended back in 2003. It brings together malt whiskey from distilleries such as Lafroig and a couple of Coila barrels. Now, I've had the Peat Monster. This guy's been sitting on the bar for about 3 years at this point. And when I first bought this bottle, funny story, I was like, oh, no. This is not for me. This is smoky smoke, bring you to the smoke show smoke. And I have come to love it. It's one of those whiskeys where I don't hit it all that often, as you can tell, but it is still a great whiskey. Now, if you are not a peat fan, if you do not like the smoke, stay the hell away from this bottle. Go figure, you may not want to jump into something that says Peat Monster at the label of it. But nonetheless, Caesar, what are you expecting as we get into this?
So, all I can think about is that Ardbeg Uigeadail I have. How you said you've had this for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So that Ardbeg Uigeadail from the beginning was like, whoa, Christmas tree, light it on fire, bought it all up and drink it all in. But after about over 2 years, I've had that Uigeadail bottle, and oh baby, is it sweet? It's peat for sure, but it's peat with a little bit of sweet.
Smoky Sweet Tarts is what I think I labeled that bottle. It's so good. We love the Ardbeg Uigeadail around these parts.
So that's what I'm expecting with this. I'm expecting that now that it's been 3 years, it's going to be sweet as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, without further ado, let's get into it. What are you getting on the nose?
So I am getting a peat. Right away you get a peat.
Shocker.
But the thing versus other peats I've had, or most peats I should say I've had, is as soon as you put your nose to it, your brain cell mechanisms, whatever blood cells are like, whoa, push that away from your face. Us at the nose don't like it as far as much as you at your brain. So push it away from the nose because the nose ain't feeling it.
Insane in the membrane.
Exactly. Insane in the brain. Exactly. So with that being said, it is not as pushy away. My brain is not like trigger, push it away. It's triggered. And it's like, oh, it's enough to handle. Okay, it's handleable. Some would call it a handle. It's not a handle. It's just a regular 750. But I'd call it a handle.
Can you imagine if Compass Box made handles? That'd be awesome. Ooh. Compass Box of like Glasgow.
$500. Bam.
You can give me a handle of Glasgow blend and charge me $50. I'll buy it. I'm just saying, do that thing. Hey, I like that thing.
I love handies.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Hey,
I can tell you what you want, who you're talking to.
That's why I love this, man.
That was weak.
That's why I love it. No, that was strong. Every opinion.
I mean, I committed to the bit. As a musician, it's one of those things. If you play a note wrong on the guitar, you just play that note 5 more times to make it seem like you meant it.
You are the white. Oh, I'm sorry. You are the Caucasian Chris Rock or Chris Tucker.
I just
Chris Tucker.
Bury in a point until you can't forget it.
No, Chris Tucker, where he goes 100% in, and it's like, wow, you went 100% and you actually nailed it. Good job.
One of my favorite Chris Tucker bits, I think it was at a Michael Jackson tribute show, if I'm not mistaken, and he came up and he was talking about how, like, he goes, I did Rush Hour 2, and, I did the whole kicking with the leg, and then Michael called me, and it's like, hello, Chris Tucker? And I was like, yeah, who this? And he's like, this is Michael Jackson. I saw your movie. And you're kicking with the wrong leg. Stop it. Stop embarrassing me, Chris. Basically, I live in the embarrassment lane.
That's That's so funny.
I forget what that was from. I want to say it was from like his "This Is It" tribute. I can't remember, but it was really good. It was a huge tribute show, and Chris Tucker hosted, and like Destiny's Child was there back when you could say their name and they kept changing it. Like it was one of those things. Like it was a fun show.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was so funny, and I think the best bit was at the end of the show. Chris Tucker came out when Michael was on stage, and like he totally kicked with the wrong leg, and Michael totally busted up. It was great. It was a great show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Anyway, back to whiskey, not Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's pretty easy going as far as nose goes for a Peat. For a Peat. But what you got on the palate, man?
It's sweet. Like it's peaty. Don't get me wrong. Like it's got that wet Band-Aid medicinal iodine notes that you get from typical Isla smoky smokes. But it's sweet. It's also got a fruity undertone to it, like stone fruit, like apricot.
Yep.
You even get a little bit of like honey glaze in there. But specifically, it's like peaches and cream. It's like you took like canned Dole Whip peaches and put them on vanilla ice cream. So you get a little bit of that like syrup in there that's preserving the peaches, but you put it on ice cream, and so you get all that concoction, and it's just good stuff. Like, you know it's bad for you, but it's just good stuff. What are you getting?
So, you know what's funny? I don't know if you guys out there have ever seen that movie Holes, right? That Disney movie Holes, right? What's his name? Even Stevens is in there.
No, Shia LaBeouf. Movie, right?
He's Even Stevens, bro. Yeah, if you've never seen Even Stevens,
all I know is Shia LaBeouf is no from Transformers.
So for my generation, those of you born in '93 and above, Even Stevens.
God, I'm so much older than you.
Even Stevens. So in that Holes movie, they find a canoe that's upside down while they're digging holes. You know, it's holes. And he finds a black mason jar, and they're all like, "Oh, what's that?" And then I think it's Zero or someone decides to eat it, the black gunk, and they're like, "Oh, this tastes good. Oh, this tastes pretty good." Come to find out, it's peaches that have been preserved in that mason jar. That's what I'm getting out of this, like old preserved peaches in a mason jar, and then you get into it for the first time, and bam, you got this smoky, peachy, hopefully good for you-ness that doesn't get you sick. And that's exactly what I'm getting out of this.
The whole time I was thinking, when you said, have you seen the movie Holes? Like, the only thing I kept thinking was Undertaker from WWE be like, "I've been digging holes and taking souls." I can't do the eye roll.
Oh, yeah. Wrestling, baby. Wrestling. If you don't know what we're talking about, you're on the wrong channel.
I mean, I'm somewhat of a wrestling fan if you haven't been able to figure it out over the last 2 years.
No, but yeah, that's what I get out of it. It's that wow. And you know what, folks? Let me point out, this is the clearest, best tasting peat I've ever had. Usually,
it's clean peat.
Yeah, usually peat is not this neat, but this peat is very neat for sheet. For show. I meant to rhyme with for show, for sheet. Rhymes pretty good, so we'll just leave it at that.
You almost got a spit take out of me. You can't see it, folks, but I got my laptop off screen, and my laptop almost got ruined. I don't think I mentioned it, but 46% ABV and about $60-65 pretty regularly. And this is cold range, so you can go and you can pick it up any day of the week. So I put 3 drops of water on it. Specifically, the water is bringing out like a lemon pepper pork butt. Now, for all my backyard barbecuers, you know what I'm talking about. When you take a pork butt and you just basically line that thing up with a little bit of salt and a little bit of lemon pepper seasoning, and you just let that thing go and go and go and go for like 6 hours unless you hit a stall, in which case use some foil, that Texas crutch. But nonetheless, I'm getting, because the whiskey itself has that like meaty protein to it as well. So it's got some body to it, but that lemon pepper with the water really jumps up out of the glass. I'm assuming there's some oak barrels involved in this from Koila, or I think it was from Lafroig. I'm assuming there's some oak barrels involved in this, but again, you're getting that pepper spice from it, and with the water, it just brings out that lemon citrus. It's really nice. I really like this one. Truth be told, a little peek behind the camera, this is our second go at shooting this. The camera decided it wanted to have other plans while we shot the first review. And I actually, This is only 15 minutes removed from that, and I actually like it better than I did on the first go-around. Not like so much better where it's like, oh man, this is moving from one number to another, but I actually like it more than I did on the first go-around. What are you thinking?
You're like, I'm a little drunker, so it's a little
100%. 100%. If you've been following us long enough to know, you know that the magic's gone. We batch shoot these videos. Today was a little bit harder of a shoot, folks, because we did not 1, not 2, not 3.
And not even 4.
We did like 7. That didn't include the warm-up drams.
Yep.
And then we had to reshoot this one. We were like 10 whiskeys in.
Yep.
It hurts.
Yep.
You don't know what we do for you. I mean, very first world problem. We're drinking whiskey on YouTube.
So back on that note, you know what? He's right. I get, if you guys have ever been to, I was about to say Wings and Things, but you know what? I've never had that. So that should be our name for a new restaurant, Wings and Things. But
I think that exists.
Is it?
I'm
fairly
confident.
Well,
I think it's Huntington Beach. I think there's like a mom and pop pub that's called Wings and Things.
All right. Well, they took it from me, even though they did it before me. So
It's only been around for longer than we've been born.
We got the same genes. They're probably my family somewhere down the line. 23andMe, we'll see. No, but with that being said, that lemon pepper note I do get because it reminds me of that Wings place.
Wingstop?
Wingstop. There we go. You know what I'm talking about.
The one that attaches to Pizza Hut?
Yeah. Wingstop. It's where you get the lemon pepper French fries. Put lemon pepper on your fries, and that's what they get out of it. That's a good one. Oh, bro, it's funny because I thought I was like fries are too salty, but when you put the lemon pepper, it's like, oh my god, this works well together.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty good. Oh my god.
Now
about water.
Oh no, that was all my thoughts of the water brought up the lemon pepper. So clearly you weren't listening. Again, we're a little drunk, folks. It's probably good that last review died.
This is crazy. This is that last review I didn't like it as much with water, but this time with water it's like, whoa, it's pretty good. Wow. Well rounded off. That is not bad. So I'm going to go into my review. I wish I would be able to review the Uigedail more because
side by side.
Because now that now that it's been over 2 years, it is absolutely phenomenal.
It's mellowed out quite a bit.
Mellowed out. So I can only imagine that's what happened with this. And with my review, this is 65. It's about $20 cheaper than the Uigedail. Easily a 3.5. A 3.5 and side note, I categorize the whiskeys. So when I do my reviews, when I review a certain one, it's in that category. So right now my 3.5 is in that smoky category. It's not the most I like because then it'd be lower because I'm not a big smoky fan. But I've had enough smoke to know what I feel I know is a good smoke. So with that being said, this is a 3.5. The Uigedail is $20 more, but I'd still rather buy this at the price point it's at because you do get that good sweetness out of it. Like after the smoke, the little puff of smoke at the beginning, it finishes sweet. It's like and the more it lays off, the more air you get into your esophagus, it's the sweeter it gets. So that is very, very enjoyable. But still to say, for those of you that don't like or don't know what smoke is, stay away from it. Like get used to it first, and then you could judge this on its character, just like me with what I'm saying right now.
I'm inclined to agree. I want to make it clear, right, that if you do not like smoke, don't get this bottle. It is not going to be for you. It may be for you one day, but it is not going to be for you. Don't go spend $65 thinking, I want to try something smoky. There are other bottles out there that you should probably try before this one because this is, for lack of a better word, this is that jerk friend that's like, oh, you think you're ready for something? And then just pulls you in full bore for it, right? Like they're just like, nope, we're going. And you're like, no, I'm not ready. What have I done? I regret all my decisions in life. Like, no, this is that friend that will take you by the back of the neck and drag you kicking and screaming through it. So if you are flirting with smoke, don't buy this. But if you like smoke and you haven't had this, you should try it.
Yeah,
because this is one of those bottles that It's got a lot to offer. It's got a lot going on, and it's very complex if you want it to be, and yet it can still be just, you know, oh yeah, it's a smoky whiskey, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It can be middle of the road if you're not ready to explore it, but it's got a ton going on. Like, even now, I'm almost getting like some licorice notes in it too, which is kind of interesting that just this far gone from the finish, it's just still kind of sticking with me. Oily in its texture, again, $60, $65, 46%.
Well worth it.
It's a blend. I'm going 3.5 as well. I thought about maybe changing. 3.5 is what we gave it when our original recording, and we didn't change. But I thought about changing it. But the reality is, like, it's a 3.5 whiskey, like all day, every day. This is not one of those ones where if you're not ready for it, don't go get it. But it's one of those where if you can get a sample of it and you're flirting with it, or you can buy a pour at a bar, do it, because you should try it. You owe it to yourself if you like some smoke, because this guy's one that can stand toe-to-toe with the best of them. I mean, I'd say Ardbeg Uigeadail is one of those that's like kind of a standard around these parts of our little corner of the internet, but we really like it, and I would say this one goes right up there with it, without a doubt. But do us a favor, folks, hit us up down in the comments. Do you like the Compass Box Peat Monster? Have you had any limited edition Compass Box Peat Monsters? Let me know. We'd like to hear about it. Or is there another Compass Box that you like, or just another peaty whiskey that you think, hey, this will wipe the floor with that one? I'm very curious to see what that is, because this one's a smoky smoke.
Exactly. All you peat monsters out there, let me know what you think is a good peat for us to review. For sure.
While you're there, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We love interacting with you there. Quick little tidbit I shouted out last week in that review. Did you know that only 40% of our views come from people who are subscribed? So to the other 60% of you, what are you doing? Click the subscribe button. It's right here. We'd love to have you. Until next time, stay safe, drink well. All aboard. We'll catch you next time. Hey everybody, hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.